See you, mate. Clear, we're away.
So we've got perfect weather, perfect tides.
Very, very important part of the job is knowing how to use this thing.
It's just driving beautifully through it, isn't it? Sand.
Yeah.
If you had a manual, you'd be like, and dig down.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
I've got it on 20. It's a bit soft. We probably could have gone down to 18.
Seems to be doing okay on the 20.
But I might just sneak out over, get off this, and try and get into that harder stuff. That's a bit easier. Well, g'day guys, welcome to another Fairdinkum adventure. We have a special trip planned to show you guys. We've just made it across a big barge at a place called Inskip to probably one of the premier four-wheel drive destinations in the whole world, a place called Fraser Island. And on this trip, we brought my sister and brother-in-law with us, Jamie and Belinda. They've got their four-wheel drive, a Holden Colorado. We're going to be able to test out our Toyota Prado, so that's going to be good fun.
Toyota tow vehicle.
Colorado.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see.
This place is amazing. It's World Heritage listed, 121 kilometres from the south to the north. But what we really want to show you on this trip is the two different ways that you can explore this amazing place. Either camping or living it up at the resort.
So join us on this trip as we show you beautiful Fraser Island.
Come on, let's go explore!
Woohoo! Let's go!
Non-stop too far, I'm trying to lose the love, to find your silver lining. You left my side. 'Cause mother lets you run and hide, and even from afar I hear you crying. Let me out of this cage before I swear.
You got a copy, guys?
Roger, stinky nightgown.
Stinky nightgown? I don't wear a nightgown. You'll see tonight what I wear when I go to sleep.
No, I haven't, thank goodness.
For Jamie and Belinda, how many times have you been to Fraser Island?
Would be our
Third trip. Wow, that's awesome. It's our fourth over here. We love it so much we've come back 4 times. What's your favourite place then in Fraser Island?
Mine, hands down, would have to be Lake Mackenzie. What about you, honey?
I think Champagne Rocks was pretty cool. Lake Mackenzie's, amazing, but I really enjoyed Champagne Rocks as well.
Mine, I'm actually really looking forward to checking out this lighthouse. I've heard about it ever since we first came here, but we've never been able to get up there. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out.
What about you, Tim?
For me, hands down, has to be just the forward driving on the beach. Absolutely love going along the beach here, and you get to see all the other forward drives just driving along, and you're seeing the wildlife like the dingoes just then.
And Eli Creek's pretty cool too.
Yeah, Eli Creek, the Maheno Wreck is pretty awesome to check out. Alright, so time now to head to our first stop is Eurong, the first town you'll get to when you come off the barge on Inskip as we come up the east coast here of Fraser Island.
Are you sure you're right? You could be wrong.
Bump, 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 bump.
Open road, you were on the lead back home, 'cause you stole a heart, but your heart is still alone, so just take your time, 'cause mother lets you run and hide.
Okay, we've made it to the Eurong Bakery. Famous.
Apparently famous for their pies, their baked goods, and we are going to check that out. We're only doing it for you, we're not doing it for ourselves.
Let me sing to old age before I'm done.
Now that is a traditional Aussie diet. Can't get better than that. Beef and mushroom.
The best pie on Fraser.
Absolutely, hands down. Okay, we've made it to Eli Creek, one of the best little swimming holes or swimming creeks here in Fraser. Okay, we're at the entrance of Eli Creek, and you can see everyone comes down with their tubes and they float down the creek. It's a beautiful freshwater creek, and you just float all the way down. Suck your belly in. That's right. You're going to be caught up in the branch. No problem.
Oh, stop.
We'll stop. threw your anchor down your bum.
Butt anchor.
Butt anchor.
Time never changed, still a child. I still feel that way inside. You see the best you've ever had. 45 days.
So Eli Creek, it's a really nice place to come for a freshwater swim. If you're sick of the salt water and the sand, just come here, float down the fresh water. It's beautiful, and I think really for families this is an awesome place.
One of the main attractions here on Fraser Island.
Out to the ocean, drown your thoughts out at sea, dip your hands in the water, same deep water as me. You've been watching for cloudbursts, you've been praying.
Oh, it's a horrible day. Maheno Wreck. Absolute perfect weather here on Fraser.
Yeah, just the colours are beautiful.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh yeah! Suck on that!
Have you heard about how the Maheno Wreck ended up on the beach there in Fraser?
I just said to Jamie, I reckon Tim's going to fill us in on what that wreck was all about.
Wow, there you go. Your lucky day. So, the story goes, back in its day in the 1920s, it was a luxury Tasman Voyager, and then eventually it ran out of service, and they decided to sell it to a Japanese company. And it was getting towed up till Japan, and on the way up, just out of Fraser Island here, when it was getting towed, it hit a massive big cyclone and broke free, and it got washed up on the beach there. But they couldn't refloat the Maheno, it was just too heavy, and then they tried selling it to someone, see if someone would buy it for scrap metal, but because it was on an island here at the time, it was just way too hard for anyone to come and access. So that's where it stayed, and there she is today. Back in 1935 she ended up on the beach there, so nearly 100 years ago.
Well, there you go. Well, I didn't know that.
Well, there you go, I just make it up as you go.
That's what I do.
Gonna go and check out this lookout here. It's called the Sandblow. Massive big sand dunes around here on Fraser Island. Fraser Island, as we said, it's the largest sand island in the world, and it's what makes it even more unique is it has so many forests, rainforests and woodlands and eucalyptus forests coming off, growing straight out of the sand. It's like nothing else you'll ever see in the world. But it's also got these amazing big sand dunes right through the island. Fraser East side, it says 500 metres to the lookout. It better be worth it, I tell you.
Well, you've seen it. You can't really see very much, can you?
45 days.
Down by the waters, what I once dreamed, beneath the silver moon, there you'll find me. My heart a pilgrim, my mind a slave, when my eyes can't stand still like
They're not the most spectacular lookout I've ever been to, and I was expecting to be able to see more of those sand dunes, I must say. The trees are a bit tall, so. But yeah, we can say we've done it, and I don't think we need to come back next time. No.
So we've just come off 70 Mile, which is the main big beach on the east coast of Fraser Island. We turned onto Worlie Creek, and we're just going to cut across Fraser Island. It's 15 k's across to a little secret spot that, well, I don't know if it's really secret, but it's a place that we love camping on. It's got a freshwater creek called Worlie Creek, and it comes right out to the ocean. And it's just a fantastic spot to camp for the night. You can have a swim in the freshwater creek, so you wash any salt water off you and just enjoy the sunset on the west coast of Fraser Island. Well, this is home for the night. We've got a nice freshwater creek just here, and then we've got the beach to wake up to right behind us there. So this is what we camp in. Let's put it up, nice double swag. It takes no more than probably about 10 minutes to set up and put down, and then we've got Jamie and Belinda set up there. Beautiful. Time now just to relax and enjoy the sunset.
So it's time everybody should be up, so I'm going to go and make sure they do get up. Let's go and have a look to see some people in their natural habitat.
Oh, you are awake. Come on people, it's like 5:30 in the morning.
How to wake up to this, eh? Well, beautiful night's sleep. Breeze blowing, and now time for some brekkie, and we'll pack up camp, and then we're going to head back to the east coast side of Fraser Island. Well, that was Woralie Creek. Great little spot to camp. Fresh water one side of you, salt water the next.
Yeah, it was a bit windy last night, but actually that was probably good. It kept the bugs away. There were no mozzies or anything like that in the evening. The only thing this morning we got up, there was a few march flies around, but they're sort of everywhere here on Fraser Island.
We're going to stop off and have a look at some of the lakes around here. There's a few freshwater lakes on the way, and then we'll keep making our way up the east coast of Fraser Island to Indian Head and Champagne Pools. How's this cool tree? Yes.
Wow, look at that. Nice bit of pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they grow straight, don't they?
Well, that was Lake Allom. Pretty good. All the turtles. Great for the kids to come and see all that. They all come in. Nice big freshwater lake. I don't think you're allowed to swim there, but great to see the turtles. So much to see and explore on Fraser Island.
Ain't alright, the hardness of my head. Now close your eyes, spin around, say hard time you could find, but ain't the way that you want it.
Fraser Island special.
But it's still alright.
How's your barra burger, mate?
Delicious.
Delicious? Yummy,
chips
eh?
too.
Good chips. How's yours, Belinda?
It's like a ham and pineapple pizza.
Yummy. Serena, what do you got going there?
Chicken cheese salad wrap.
Doing it tough here, we are.
On my beer o'clock too.
I'll be damned if this old man don't start to count his laws. But it's still alright.
Hey, enjoying the forward driving Serena?
Well, I must admit, the auto gearbox makes it so much easier. You've got one less thing to think about while you're getting through. Brilliant car, really, like for anyone that's not confident four-wheel drive, to be able to just know that they've got that ability to get through anything.
With no way to get down, start praying for wings to grow. Oh baby, just let go.
Hey, Bug Breath, you got a copy?
Sorry, who?
That's funny right there. Yeah, hey, so plan of attack, guys. What I reckon we should do is we're coming up to Indian Head. She's a little bit of a boggy spot through there. And then you got Champagne Pools, but I reckon we should enjoy that tomorrow on our way back through. Just got to get up through Kgkala Rocks because the tide is low now, and we want to try and get through Kgkala while it's a low tide and get all the way up to Sandy Cape while we've got low tide.
Awesome. Sounds good. I've always wanted to go up there, so see what it's like.
They say Kgkala Rocks is probably the biggest test for any four-wheel driver in all of Fraser Island. So we'll be able to really see how your Colorado goes and see whether the Toyota Prado recovery vehicle needs to help you.
Mate, you're dreaming.
Come on, mate. I reckon what I've seen with the Colorado so far, it's gone all right. It's gone all right. I haven't had to give me max tracks out for you or anything.
No, I don't even know why I bought a set of Max Tracks. I'm never going to use them.
We're not far away from Indian Head, and we'll head through there and keep on motoring up.
Sounds like a pan, stinky and sticky.
Huh?
day keeps spinning out ahead. It was cold outside, and I hit the ground, say I could sleep here, forget all the fear. It would take time to grow. Maybe I don't know. 89, if you think about it. Remembering all the times that you pointed out, say, glass is clear, but all this fear starts leaving a mark.
So we've just come through Indian Head, and now we're making our way around the top of the head here towards Champagne Pool, Waddy Point. But the race is on now. We've got to try and get to Kgkala Rocks to get through the coffee rocks and then all that soft sand so we can get all the way to the top of Sandy Cape.
So by the looks of the map, we've just come out onto Orchid Beach. So it's a pretty nice little drive through there. There's definitely some spots along there that we want to check out on the way back, but as Tim said before, we've really got to make sure that we get up here before the tide changes. So we're on our way up Orchid Beach, heading all the way up to Sandy Cape, right at the very top tip.
A bit nervous about Kgkala Rocks. Everyone talks about how many cars have been lost at Kgkala Rocks. This is the cemetery, the graveyard to many four-wheel drive cars. So we're aiming, we only want to do it on low tide to get through all that area and try and get all the way up the top. So this is what we're going to drive through, go around, and look at that, they're coming out the other side.
Follow the breeze, just like a summer song. We stay there forever. I try to remember. Come home. Memory, you gave me another note. A voice that is summer song. I'll stay here forever. A face I remember. Faibi, Moski Faibi, Scabby Same, Same Bye.
Made it. Kgkala Rocks.
Did not conquer us.
Didn't even need the Prado to tow him through. Well, we've made it to the top of Fraser Island. Yeah!
And there's no one here at all. No one has been here in 50 years.
We're the only cars ever seen.
Let's go find a camp spot.
Yeah. We're up at Sandy Cape. What an absolute beautiful part of Fraser Island. First time up here and it's just amazing.
I tell you what, we've heard all about this place and people have said it's spectacular. but they've always put us off saying, oh, it's hard to get up there and blah blah blah. But you know what, it is so worth it. This really has to be the best camping on Fraser Island. It has to be, for sure.
Wherever you pull up here, it's going to be beautiful because you've got that just down there.
Beautiful.
So, time to relax, have a cold drink and go for a swim. There's Jamie and Belinda's set up. Got the bat wing. He'll give us a run through all his setup later on sometime.
Okay.
And got a Westie.
A Westie
Hitting the
on the
spot.
Eastie.
Or a bogan.
Camping on Fraser Island is such a great experience, but on part 2 of our Fraser Island adventure, we'll show you the other option, staying at the beautiful, relaxing Kingfisher Bay Resort and exploring more of this stunning World Heritage listed island. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can enjoy watching more Fairdinkum adventures.